Top of the morning. How y'all doing out there? Feel like something in my eye. Excuse me. What's up? What's up? What's up? What it do? What it do? Got up to watch sports and ended up stumbling into politics. Commanders did they thing. What's up, man? I got one person in here with me right now. What it do? Where you from? I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this presidential pardon thing, man. Cause we got some dudes that could use a pardon, man. We got a dude named Joe James that done 55 years for something he did at 17, 18 years old. Well, that jump might have him 75. And maybe 19, 20 years old. Where y'all from? What it do? Like I said it a couple times before some people tapped in, but I got up to talk about sports. You know, my football team won. But I stumbled into this politics type of topic, and it grabbed my attention. So I wanted to see what other people think, what it do. Sometimes I be thinking these trolls kids. The stuff that they say be almost childish. Some of them gotta be kids. All right, man. But anyway, so I be reading the newspaper on my iPad, right? That's where I be checking my news out. I don't walk to the store and get the newspaper. So I'm from Washington D.C. The Washington Post covers most of the news that I discovered that I don't set out to get on my own. So I see a joke to say Joe Biden pardons his son this morning. And me and a brother that I got a lot of respect for by the name of Tony Lewis Jr. Y'all should check him out if you don't know who he is. He do a lot of prison reform, you know, justice involved type activism and other work. He got a father by the name of Tony Lewis that did about 32, 33 years and got out on that Second Chance Act, if I ain't mistaken, and some other things that go into that. Those things was passed by Congress. Donald Trump's name was actually on them joints. Shout out to the Obama administration. They put in most of the work, but Trump's name is on the stuff. But we'd had conversations about pardons, you know, and from people from D.C. don't know this. For some people may not know this, but people from D.C., when it comes to things like pardons, we're not a state. We don't have a governor that can, provide clemency or a pardon. If you're from D.C. and you get a pardon or a commutation, a sentence, or anything that's the same thing that's equivalent, you got to get it from the president. So I was like, damn, I know, his son got a gun case. A lot of black men got 922G. That's felon in possession of a firearm. His son, Hunter Biden, got that charge, along with another tax charge. I don't know all the specifics on the tax charge, but the gun case with the tax charge together could send Shawty away to prison for about maybe 5 years at the least. Somebody say Eric may have stolen his mom's credit card. Say shout out to Obama. So anyway, Biden kept saying, he wouldn't pardon his son. So I kept telling the dude that I had a side conversation with. We normally don't talk about this on Instagram or whatnot. So I said, bro, how can you be president of the United States and not pardon your only surviving son? And he was like, nah, he said he not gonna pardon him. What's up, Slim? What's up, V? Somebody say 18. So, like I said, back to Joe Biden, he pardoned his son like anybody would do. I'm not even gonna knock him for that. Like, what do we got to lose? So, this happened yesterday. This top morning news. So, President Joe Biden yesterday issued a full and unconditional pardon for his son, Hunter, a controversial decision that reverses his long-standing pledge not to use his presidential powers to protect his only surviving son, who was found guilty of gun-related charges in Delaware and pleaded guilty to tax evasion in California. Now, the tax evasion in California, I ain't really on that. Like, that's between him and Uncle Sam. But there are some people, normal, regular people from this country that have tax evasion charges that are probably just, old or not that healthy that could use a pardon. But we gonna skip that. But what alerted me to impropriety is that Hunter Biden got a 922G. You know how many cases I got over here with homies that I got and other men all over the country that I done met that I'm trying to help them with their 922G federal charge, felon in possession of a firearm, and they got cases out of California, they got cases out of Mississippi, they got all type of cases, they got cases even Boosie and them using to challenge, this lifetime ban against the Second Amendment for people who have charges. Now, everybody knows that people with violent charges, they're going to get dealt with secondly. But nevertheless, 922G is what his son got. They try to say gun-related charges. Let's not say gun-related charges. Let's say what he got. He got 922G. That's felon in possession of a firearm. That means he went and bought a pistol. Checked the box that said that, he wasn't a drug user and he wasn't a felon and all this other stuff. And he had the pistol for 11 days. And the Joe Biden trying to say it's politically charged. They say, man, who else has this charge? Nobody else has even came out like that. Listen, there are black men from the inner cities all over the United States that been caught with a pistol that they had for one single day. And they in prison for 60 months, 36 months, 47 months. So Biden, using his executive authority in the waning days of his presidency, Biden lifting the legal cloud that has hung over his son for several years. While the president had pledged several times not to pardon or commute Hunter Biden's sentence for federal crimes, many close to him had expected the pardon would come. Given the president's loyalty to his family, Biden faces few political ramifications for the move, since he is leaving office and voters have already rendered their verdict on his administration by electing Donald Trump to his second term. In a lengthy statement on Sunday night, released just as he was preparing to depart for Africa that evening, the president said that his son had been selectively and unfairly prosecuted. He said that he did not interfere with the case but insisted that the cases were brought about because of political pressure on federal prosecutors. Don't that sound like the same thing Trump be saying? No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's case can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out only because he is my son. And that is wrong, he said. There has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. And trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me. And there's no reason to believe it will stop here. Enough is enough. That's what Joe Biden said. So, I'm just trying to figure out, do everybody agree or feel like me? Who would not pardon their son if they was president? Hunter broke himself. Biden said he came to the decision over the weekend. Like he just came to that decision, which coincided with the family being together in Nantucket, Massachusetts for Thanksgiving. Hunter Biden's attorney this weekend also mounted a vigorous public defense, releasing a 52-page paper on Saturday titled "The Political Prosecution of Hunter Biden." I believe in the justice system, but as I have wrestled with this, I also believe raw politics has infected this process, and it led to a miscarriage of justice, Biden said in his statement, which was released shortly after news of his decision was first reported by NBC News. I hope Americans will understand why a father and a president will come to this decision. Let's stop there. Does anybody disagree with him pardoning his son? Is anybody surprised that he pardoned his son? He said, I pardon people for free. According to the text of the pardon, I'm going to go read this. I never read a pardon. I'm going to go read that. Because in my city, Washington, D.C., we got a big movement. They was pushing it towards Joe Biden for presidential pardon. They trying to create a avenue so it's easy for D.C. guys, because of our process, to get access to pardon. Somebody say I agree, but that's a lazy excuse. Okay, that's cool. According to the text of the pardon, it applies to all offenses that Hunter Biden has committed or may have committed or taken part in during the period from January 1st, 2014 to December 1st, 2024. He pardoned his son for anything he did in 10 years, man. The pardon is from January 1st, 2014 to December 1st, 2024. Ten years. Hunter Biden on Sunday night also released a statement noting his recovery from addiction and his sobriety. I have admitted and taken responsibility for my mistakes during the darkest days of my addiction, mistakes that have been exploited to publicly humiliate and shame me and my family for political sport, he said. I apologize and I take responsibility for everything that I did when I was in the streets. everything that I did when I was misled and I was suffering from the illness of violence and revenge and retribution. Can y'all pardon me? Can y'all pardon Larry Hoover? Can y'all pardon Joe James? Can y'all pardon Wayne Perry? Man, can y'all pardon Chapo? Like, pardon somebody. He just gonna do something, bro. Wow, is this real? Why do we only have 3 with 33 people in here? I mean, maybe they not, hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. So he said they was prosecuted for political sport. All right. In the throes of addiction, I squandered many opportunities and advantages, he added. You think? In recovery, hold on, I messed up. In recovery, hold on, my fault. I have admitted and taken responsibility. In the throes of addiction, I squandered many opportunities and advantages, he said. In recovery, we can be given the opportunity to make amends where possible and rebuild our lives if we never take for granted the mercy that we have been afforded. It will never take the clemency I have been given today for granted. Oh, my fault. I will never take the clemency I've been given today for granted and will devote the life I have rebuilt to helping those who are still sick and suffering. Then I ain't gonna make fun of that. I ain't gonna joke. I got a parent that suffers from drug addiction, but we need to afford these opportunities all the way around the board. So Hunter Biden was convicted in June. Now check this out. Now take away he's Hunter Biden, although we can't because he's the president's son. That's probably how he got the pardon. But take away he's the president's son. Take away the president. Take away his race. He's a white man. Just look at him like a regular defendant that was picked up off the streets. Hunter Biden was convicted in June by a federal jury in Delaware for lying on a gun purchase from 2018 when he checked a box saying he was not using illegal drugs. That is petty. And then illegally owned that weapon as a drug user for 11 days. Separately, he pleaded guilty in September to 9 federal tax charges. Damn, 9. A last-minute plea that came just before jury selection was scheduled to begin for that trial in California. Both cases were prosecuted. Dang. Now, this is, I didn't know this for some reason. I ain't paying attention to that California case. I ain't care. I was more focused on the gun case. But it say, both cases were prosecuted by Special Counsel David Wise, who was named to preserve the cases' independence from a Justice Department overseen by Hunter Biden's father. So then we got this special counsel. He prosecuted him in Delaware and he prosecuted him in California. He was on his ass. Biden is not the first president to pardon family members. Now check this out. Everybody know this, but, well, everybody don't know this. Check this out. Joe Biden is not the first president to pardon family members and others close to him. Some of them and others close to them as their term in office expires. Now, I didn't know this. Now, tell me if anybody else knew this. I didn't know this. Now, we all say, a lot of people say Bill Clinton was the first black president. I ain't gonna get into no jokes right now. But President Bill Clinton, on the day he left office, pardoned his half-brother, Roger Clinton, for cocaine distribution convictions from 1985. So you telling me that all this time, some people knew. I didn't know, and maybe some of y'all ain't know. Bill Clinton had a brother that was selling cocaine, had a cocaine distribution conviction. I ain't gonna say selling cocaine. I'm gonna just say he had a cocaine distribution conviction from 1985. Do you know what 1985? If you was selling cocaine in 1985, bro, you was connected. To have a cocaine distribution case in 1985, and you were a white man, you were special. Something was different about you for them to convict you, and your half brother became president and pardoned you. in the 90s. I'm gonna look his case up. Roger Clinton. Anyway, Trump pardoned Charles Kushner. A lot of people should remember that. That's Jared Kushner's father. Trump pardoned Charles Kushner, father of Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Why wouldn't he pardon him? In December of 2020, shortly after losing his bid for re-election, he said, man, the hell with this shit. I'm on the pardon my man. Check this out. Charles Kushner, a New Jersey real estate developer, had pleaded guilty to making false statements to federal election commissions, witness tampering. Do you know I got buddies doing 15, 20 years for witness tampering? Witness tampering and tax evasion. And we ain't paying Uncle Sam nothing. On Saturday, Trump, now the president-elect, said he would nominate Charles Kushner as the U.S. ambassador to France. Any of y'all seen the French Connection? He pardoned Charles Kushner, who had, among other things, witness tampering. So these the gangsters, bro. Like, I don't want to hear it, man. These are the gangsters. Hunter Biden's gun conviction carried a potential prison sentence, although some legal analysts said that that was relatively unlikely, given that he was a first-time offender who owned the gun for only 11 days and never used it. Man, ain't nobody trying to hear all that, man. But the tax charges were more serious, and because the guilty verdict in the gun case made Hunter Biden a felon, the sentence could have been harsher. That's true in the feds. With the gun conviction coming back for another sentencing in the federal court, they might have took fur off his ass. Joe Biden had to come get the peoples off him, bro. He was going to end up in Leavenworth somewhere. So when Hunter Biden pleaded guilty in September, U.S. District Judge Mark Scarasi asked him in court if he understood a guilty plea would mean he could face up to 17 years in prison and fines of up to $1.3 million. Now, didn't I tell you I know dudes doing 10 to 15 years for the same charge? Now, we know he wasn't going to do no 17 years, and Joe Biden lying through his teeth. Again, if he said that he was going to let him do the time. Just like he said he wasn't going to pardon him. I never thought that he would have to pardon him. If he got some little punk-ass time, and Joe Biden won the White House again, it might have been different. But to lose the White House, no, he had to concede because he gave it to Kamala. And then let your son go off to the feds. What's the Delaware numbers? They was going to get Brad Delaware number. I wonder what, like, wasn't nobody that we know going to see him in no prison. Biden said he did, and as each of the charges was read, he repeated that he was pleading guilty. Sentencing in each of these cases was scheduled to take place over the next 2 weeks. And on Sunday night, Hunter Biden's attorney filed documents in California and Delaware alerting the judges to the pardon and asking them to drop the case. Bruh, it got to be special to have a father that's the president. Wa alaikum salam, rahmatullah. The men in the suits always on some gangster shit. They the real gangsters, bruh. He pardoned Charles Kushner. Ain't that his name? Let me see, make sure. Yeah, Charles Kushner, who is Jared Kushner's father. That's his daughter's husband. He pleaded guilty to making false statements to the Federal Election Commission. The same thing Trump is charged with in Georgia. Messing with the election. The same thing that they was charged with up here, messing with the election and the people's right to vote. His man pleaded guilty to lying to the same type of people that police these events. Then he got charged with witness tampering and tax evasion that he pleaded guilty to. I ain't trying to get on no race shit, but when I was a kid, I never understood what white privilege was. Like, I used to hear people say, man, oh, white privilege, white privilege. I'm like, what the fuck is white privilege? Like, I'm young, I'm ignorant to the facts. What is white privilege? This is white privilege, bro. I got to call it what it is. Like, I ain't even trying to get into no race-based situation, but you plead guilty to tax evasion, witness tampering, and lying to the Federal Election Commission. Your man become your father. I don't know what this is. This is boom, his son, whatever it is. Your son-in-law's father. I don't know what you call that in Anglo-Saxon terms. Go to jail. You pardon him, and then not only do you pardon him, like I wouldn't even say white privilege with that. I'd be like, okay, that's just gangster shit. But you pardon him, and then you elect him, or you nominate him to be the U.S. ambassador to France. You know what happened when we go to jail, bro? We go to jail, and sometimes we come home, we can't even get a job. We go right back to trapping. Now, somebody need to come pardon one of us and send us to be the ambassador to France. What's up? What's up with it? Back to Hunter Biden real quick. So, the gun trial put on public display some of the ugliest and most difficult moments in Hunter Biden's life. As his daughter, Naomi, for example, testified about the way his drug use troubled their relationship. Now, why would she get up there and testify to that? The trial showcased the family's pain following the 2015 death of Hunter's brother, Bo, which sent Hunter into a deep spiral of drug addiction. But didn't he also marry his wife? Like, they be doing some stuff that's questionable. Now, I ain't gonna sit here and get into no too deep, but I know that when I first, Hunter Biden and them Biden boys threw me off, bro. Like, Bo, if I ain't mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I got fact checkers on here. Bo died. His widow is Hunter's woman. Am I right? Something like that. That was weird to me. Like, my brother died, and then I married, or did he marry? I'm stop messing with his widow? And y'all gonna get on here and tell me that Joe Biden just, you know, he just so dedicated to family. That is weird, bro. No, and nobody gonna call that weird. The question of whether to pardon his son has been a difficult one for President Joe Biden, both personally and politically. In part because one of the Democrats' central accusations about Trump is that he has sought to manipulate the justice system for his own benefit. But Biden has felt protective of his son throughout a life marked by family tragedy. Hunter and Bo were badly injured in a 1972 car crash that killed their mother and their baby sister. That's a lot. And Bo died of brain cancer in 2015. Biden said publicly several times that he would not pardon or commute Hunter's sentence. I never believed him. In the days after the gun trial in Delaware, when the president was attending the Group of Seven summit in Italy, he reiterated that he trusted the deliberation of a jury that found his son guilty and would not issue a pardon. Please. As Biden was walking away from the stage, he was also asked whether he would reduce its severity by commuting his son's sentence. No, Biden said. White House Press Secretary Karen Jean-Pierre reiterated that decision on several occasions. No, she told reporters on Air Force One, just after Hunter Biden's guilty plea in the tax case in California, is still very much a no. Our answer still stands, she repeated, as recently as November 7th, which is a no. Politics, bruh. Politicians just be lying, man. They just be lying. I don't understand how we believe them for hundreds and hundreds of years. They be lying. It has long been a point of pride with the president that he had not interfered in the justice system. Many in the Biden circle say prosecutors would have never gone after Hunter so aggressively if his father were not the president. Okay. The two sides were near a plea agreement at one point, but it fell apart in August of 2023 amid scrutiny by a judge and complaints from Republicans. The complex relationship between father and son has been one of the consistent themes of Biden's presidency. When the former vice president announced in April of 2019 he would run against Trump, Hunter Biden was still in the depths of his addiction. He was on it. That's what we say in the streets. He was on it. During the campaign, Hunter was often seen as a liability and became a frequent target of Trump, who would taunt the Democratic nominee by demanding, "Where's Hunter?" Trump crazy, bro. But during Biden's presidency, his son, who has moved beyond his addiction, remarried and had a son. See how friendly the press be? Hey, bro, you must don't know the rules. We don't even say Diddy over here. Bow! Witness protection. Somebody said that sounds beyond weird. But am I right? Now, what I was getting ready to say, you see how friendly the media is? Hold on, the sun. Let me get the sun out of the way. Now look how friendly the media is. He said, who has moved beyond his addiction, remarried and had a son. Remarried and had a son with who? Remarried and had a son. Emerged as the source of comfort for the president. Hunter Biden appeared by his father's side during jubilant moments, such as his trip to Ireland and trying ones, when he explained why he was dropping his re-election bid in the Oval Office. Somebody say try to keep them family secrets under wrap. Trump is who daddy? He your daddy? I hit Trump with a body shot. Yeah, but I'm about to go look up Eric Holder said that the pardon was warranted because most U.S. attorneys would not have prosecuted such crimes. That's a fact, though. They went after him on a gun case saying, "Oh, we know you getting high." That is, I mean, let you know. I don't want to act like I'm defending nothing, but that was petty for a federal crime. For a federal crime, that was ultra petty. I was getting ready to send him to witness protection. I'm gonna let him live though. He trying to be funny. He trying to be funny. Yeah, with Trump back in there, Trump need to pardon some more people. Especially since we all agreeing now that some of these laws are being weaponized. So we gonna see. Free the real, I'll be back.